Alright, good morning, guys. See, SNIT, did this just come out with something? They got a direct offering on SINT. IDEX just came out with mixed security shelf offering, sold off some. Trying to come back up a little, but I don't think that's going to do anything. See, BRN's popping up. Only problem is there's not much support and resistance. I'm not really liking much. Like, so far, I'm just not, like, there's some PR and stuff, but I don't know. FRSX coming up to the top of this channel here. What is that? But it looks a little barcodey on the 1 minute. So it's ATIF. Alright, so we're opening up here. I'm not in a hurry to get in anything at all. Like, I just do not like anything. See, BRN. So we got some resistance right here. They're at the $2. And actually, it's starting to try to break $2 right now. FFHL. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like anything. Just gonna have to sit back and wait. Kind of figure out where volume is gonna be at. WKHS just came out with a press release. See, break over 7, this can start moving. This has got a pre-market high of 710. Actually, it needs to break 710. Let's add that to the watch list. WKHS. that on for now. IDX popping up after this mixed security shelf offering. But I don't know. Not really feeling that. INO with a big sell off. Take that off. CWKHS starting to try to break 710 now. And did just make a new high. Let's see the max chart here. Got a lot of resistance in this area it's at though. Let's see, actually that's right. Let's see. That's, yeah, a lot of the resistance is at 7. It looks like it's got room to probably about 868. Let's see. Let me look at this closer. Some resistance at 746. Somewhere right in there. So yeah, not particularly excited about any of this. Give that a second to figure out which way it's going. IDX. I think IDX is going to sell off. I don't see this shelf offering being a good thing. See, BRIN. Pretty low float on this. That's a first candle, very big indecision. See there, a white candle. You rarely see that. This is starting to sell off some. I don't like any of these two. WKS did go up that 750 area. It's possible bounce you could have got off of that pre-market high. At 711. Possibly. BRN held up, trying to bounce off of the 13 moving average. Now it's starting to sell off a little bit. Let's see, it's going to crack here. Plug popping up. See WKHS pulling back again. I'm just going to take IDX off. I just don't want to trade it with that offering. Pretty good sell-off on WKHS here so far. How's the SPY doing today? Let's see what's happening with the SPY. So SPY's on an uptrend. They had a little sell-off. What's up, Russ? Good morning, One Life. What's up, Steven? Good morning. Yeah, BRNN looks like it's gonna sell off. Still looks like it's selling off as well. Watching X. Let's see, what's X about? US still. I don't know. I don't know about that one. That's what the volume on X is. 2 million in volume. It's had some volume, but let's see. This candle's fixing to close. WKHS trying to hold up $7 here on this little quick sell-off. I can't tell you what to buy. You got to know what you're doing. Like, if you're asking people to tell you what to buy, you're going to have problems. But right now, there's nothing to buy that I see. I don't see any potential on any trades. But you don't want to just go in the chat rooms and ask people what to buy, because you're gonna end up losing your money doing that. You got to learn what to look for and how to trade and all that. Stem. Interesting. Let's see here. Stem 266. There's a bit of resistance ahead of this, but I like the pattern on this. No PR though. I'd like to see BRN U-shape up to this $2 mark. If this could U-shape back around and curl up to the $2 mark, I would be interested in looking at that. Yeah, I mean, Plug's getting. I mean, they got. Let's see here. Yeah, they raised their 2024 view. So they got a few different press releases. It is pushing up. You just have to wait for some type of pullback or pattern. You can see it maybe fall back down to this support level of where the pre-market high was at 622. Possibly could look for something there. WKHS. It is possible that you could look for an entry on this, but my concern is if it doesn't break over these tops, it's gonna come back down. Not particularly liking the way that it's moving out. But BRN, this is what I'm talking about. If it keeps losing selling pressure, you can see we had some indecision, a little bit of selling volume, and then we're getting a little bit more selling volume, but not a lot. Buyers are pushing it up right now. So that's what I want to see. I want to see that keep holding up, kind of curl around. This is what I'm leaning towards. Let's see. This got halted on the way up, so this was a good little trend reversal play. I don't know how that halt's going to do, but you can see you can draw the downtrend straight down, and then you see right there popping above the downtrend and it gets halted. So nice move there. Now what I don't want to see is I don't want to see BRN come straight back up. It needs to consolidate a little before it tries to break $2. Still selling off some more. Let's see, I want to put Plug on the watch list because Plug does have a lot of good PR. X is not looking bad. Still selling off. I'll take it off. Yeah, so you see this candle open. So if this candle can hold up where it's at, this 175 area. There's actually some buyers coming in there a little bit. See, we have a bit of a trend line here. We do have a bit of a trend line on BRN, which kind of makes a triangle. This drops below 160, 166, that'll kind of ruin the U shape. Got some not available orders for some reason right there. I've been selling on them volume bars. UONE. Alright. Even though it doesn't look too bad, but there is some pretty strong resistance ahead of it. Say, it's kind of right there at it. I mean, UONE could possibly keep going. See WKHS. WKHS is still holding up that pre-market support so far, but The way this candle couldn't quite get up to there. No. FSRX. This could possibly make a U shape as well. If this continues around. There's resistance at 210 on FRSX, so I really don't like that. Because it's going to break. See, FFHL. Man, that popped up big out of that gap up. Out of that halt. So this just hit a new high today. So we definitely got to keep that on watch. But FRSX, it has resistance at 210 straight across there. So even if it does U-shape and break this area here, it's only going to have, and then the pre-market high is 194. So there's a lot of resistance ahead of this. I'm not liking that. See, BRN is actually on the trend line. So it's not going to U-shape, but maybe it could bounce. $160 is the bottom there. I may look for a bounce off of this trend line, maybe. See how this 5-minute candle closes. Yeah, I'm going to go on BRN. So I'm at 166. 159. So I'm going to put a stop loss like 158. So let's see if it holds this trend line up. It's got support at that 160 area. If it drops below that, it's done. But if it holds this trend line up, it could keep running. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm in there at 166, and I'm just going to sit here. Got my stop loss on. And I'm just going to let it do its thing. Either I take a small loss, or it comes up and starts moving and possibly breaks $2. FFHL taking a turn. A little bit of buyers coming in on the trend line. We're not getting a lot of buying volume pushing it up yet, but buyers will start to come in if they see the trend line hold. So that's what I'm looking for, is for buyers to come in after seeing that trend line hold up and then start pushing this back up. You can see it's a little sketchy right at the second. Give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back. Yep, I just got stopped out there. Took a $16 loss on that. Couldn't. It still might even hold the trend line, even though it cracked a little bit there. It came down right to where my stop was at. Or actually, no, it's lower than. Yeah, 158 is where my stop was, but no, that's holding up. No, to give it a second and see. You see, it's back over 160. On the 1 minute chart? Yeah, but it stares down to the support. If this cracks, it could drop down to 140. I'm looking a little ugly. How's Plug doing? Oh, Plug getting a nice move so far. Breaking over that pre-market high and still pushing up. And WK8 sold off. Something like that. Yeah, FFHL is just going crazy. You would have basically had to get this as soon as you saw the trend reversal happening. It's like, let's see, is that twice the last 2 weeks where a trend reversal has gotten halted immediately as soon as it started reversing? I think it's the second one I've seen do that. Acre popping up today. Let's see. So PLUG has some support right at that 650 area. You have a little support zone right in there. Let's see if it could pull back and hold up maybe. X selling off. That's selling off. HEPA. Interesting. See what HEPA gap up. Okay, HEPA popped up post market yesterday. Let's see. It looks like it's actually on a downtrend. HEPA broke over 320. Which volume does it have? 2 million in volume. If HEPA breaks over this downtrend, it could get going. Favorable study. So they had a favorable study yesterday. Okay. I'm gonna take WKHS off. Let's see. BRN is still holding up in that area. That 158 area. Buyer at 159. It still may try to hold the trend line there. Let's get halted. This will get halted, so this will be unhalted in 30 seconds probably. The reason I like HEPA is because of this chart pattern. See, it's got room. And let's see here. If it breaks 320, it's got room to like 4 something. See some selling pressure coming in as it gets close to that downtrend line. Let's see, FFHL still running. Hit $10. 10 is a strong natural resistance line. This hasn't been over 10 in a year. Let's see when the last time this was over 10. It's like the last time it was over 10 was in 2013. See, now BRN cracked a little bit. BRN might make a big U shape possibly. We'll see what happens there. So you're getting a nice little pullback on plug now. See, it looks like it's trying to hold up right across here at the 668 area. If that holds up, then you could possibly see this make another leg up. FSRX selling off, we'll take that off. X, looks like it's selling on, take that off. HEPA's getting closer to the downtrend. This is 312 area. Some resistance as well. Yeah, all the way back, actually 313. Let's see. This is actually a descending triangle, and it's popped below the descending triangle, so most likely it's not going to get up to these areas, but I want to keep an eye on it in case it does, because if it breaks over that area, it's got plenty of room to run. It does have some volume, but right now it's not looking too good. PRN, nothing yet. So PLUG still trying to hold up at 668 area. Hexo, let's see what Hexo is doing. That's one of the pot stocks. It's had a move so far, but it doesn't have a press release or anything. I mean, there's not really any reason to trade it. FFHL having a pretty strong pullback after hitting 1050. Let me see something. Is my trend line? Let me see something here. Let's see something. Okay, maybe I had my trend line off. We'll see if this ends up holding right here, then my trend line was a little bit off. See what happens here. Okay, PLUG. Come back down. I mean, if you want to buy McDonald's stocks, that's up to you. If you think they're gonna keep making money, which probably they are, and you definitely can buy McDonald's stocks. But hold on a second. What did I just see? TBIO. It's a little bit higher price of the stock, but I don't know yet. I think my trend line might have been a little bit off. 150 would have been. No money, no honey. Guys, check is not a must buy. Check is garbage. I'm not going to keep saying this. Check is absolute trash. You do not want to buy check. It is garbage. It is 100%, without a doubt, garbage. I don't know, and I don't care because IDX came out with an offering. So, like, you just look at the chart and you can see there's support right there at 275. Draw it straight across. Bam. All these candles hit right there, right there. It's bouncing off 275. So there's your support. But they came out with this offering, so there's. I mean, I wouldn't touch it. That's why I took it off my watch list already, because there's no reason to touch it. So I actually think I kind of screwed the pooch on this with my trend line being a little bit off on BRN. So I got it a little higher. But you can see it's starting to pop back up some here. Now that I adjusted this trend line, I had it running off of the bottom little stupid green candle, kind of running more straight up, and now it's kind of looking more like the trend line was kind of back here. Let's see though. HEPA selling off. PLUG. BRN still got a lot of volume too. That's why I'm still watching it. It's starting to push up some. So what I got left? 91. Okay. A lot of buyers. Hold on just a second, guys. I'll be right back. I got a call coming. I don't know who it is. Yep, so that's what it was. I just drew my trend line wrong, so that was a mistake. You can see BRN is actually bouncing off of that trend line pretty well. Starting to make a kind of a U shape here. SINTX. There's a lot of sleeping rockets around lately. You're getting all kinds of new people in the chat talking about sleeping rockets. I don't think it's a sleeping rocket. Yeah, they got another delisting notice. It's not a sleeping rocket. It's a sleeping nuclear bomb about to go off and go bankrupt. That's what it looks like to me. And then SINCX, let's see. What is it? SINTX. I don't know what that is. Let's see, Plug's about to break the high of day. It looks like coming up to the high of day. Nice little move there, but I'm going to keep watching BRN for a little bit. They're not going to go up if they're going bankrupt and they're getting delisted from the NASDAQ. They're going to be delisted and put on the OTC markets and be in the pool of the rest of the garbage OTC stocks. Like, it took me 5 seconds to look at one press release to see that there's not any good news about it. They got another delisting notification. There's nothing good about that. I do understand. Okay, all right. If you, I'm trying to save you some money here. Okay, if you want to waste your money buying stocks that are getting delisted from the NASDAQ, you go right ahead. Okay, that's you go right ahead. I tried to warn you, so that's all I can do. If you don't want to listen, then that's on you. I don't know how you're going to explain a stock that's getting delisted from the NASDAQ, but go ahead. If you want to explain it, I'll hear it out and I'll look at it again and see if what you're saying could be a thing. But all right, go ahead, hit me with it. Let's look while you're putting your explanation. I'm going to look at this. Let's see all this PR. Let's see. They failed to file their annual report. Okay. That's not a good thing. They're working. No, my friend. It did not drop because of the virus. That is not. Okay, maybe it did drop because of the virus. That's a possibility. But like this right here, today's PR is what matters, okay? They had an accounting scandal. Okay, so an accounting scandal is bad. Okay, it's getting a delisted notice because they failed to file their annual report, and then it says they're exploring possible ways to file. Listen, filing an annual report is not that big a deal. Okay? Like, for my YouTube channel, I have it under an LLC. I have to file an annual report myself. I pay InkFile $100 to do it for me. So if I can do it by myself for $100 and Luckin Coffee can't file their annual report, then I mean, like, I don't know if do you own a business? Do you know anything about having a business? Because like not even from a stock market perspective, just from a normal business person, like not even having a big business. Like my YouTube channel is small. It's a very small business. Like filing the annual report is not that much. Like you shouldn't be exploring possible ways to file an annual report. Like that doesn't even make any sense. It's very easy to file an annual report. It's a very simple thing. So, I mean, I get what you're saying. It crashed because of coronavirus, so it could return to those levels. But to return to those levels, they have to be listed on the NASDAQ and they have to file their annual report. They haven't filed their annual report. So, that's pretty bad. Like, that's actually the first time I think I've ever seen a company say that they're having issues filing their annual report. So, I don't know. I mean, if you want to go for it, you go for it. But I'm not touching that stock with a 100-foot pole. I'm not buying that stock with your money. So, you go right ahead if you want to. But just from today's PR, want nothing to do with it. Well, FFHL's really took a dive after that rip up. I'm not buying the stock for you. Like I said, I'm not. I wouldn't buy that stock with your money. That's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't take your money myself personally. If you gave me $1,000 right now, I would still refuse to buy that stock with your money. That's what I'm telling you. So if you want to buy it, you buy it. I'm not buying it for you. Okay, you could. This is how much I feel against that stock. You could pay me to buy the stock for you, and I still wouldn't buy it for you. So it's kind of looking like BRN may sell off and crack the trend line here. I want to see if it can hold the trend line up again, but we're kind of getting a little pivot point here of resistance. So that doesn't look too good. PLUG. It's kind of interesting. It's making a nice little, it made a nice big move here, but it's been slowly making moves up, but it's kind of starting to curl around. If it doesn't start breaking up soon, it's probably going to sell off. See so BRN, you can see there's a buyer there sitting on the trend line and he's getting taken out. So I want to see this. Now here's the thing. See, it's got some resistance. That right across here, 175. Oh no, now it's starting to crack. Okay, if it cracks, it's done. I wouldn't touch it if it cracks. I was wanting to see if it held up, and if it kept making the move it was making, could have made a ascending triangle, but it looks like it's going to sell off, so that's done. At least for now. PLUG is still looking sketchy. There's some platforms that'll let you buy fractional shares of Tesla. So you like a fractional share is just like a piece of a share. So they'll let you buy with how much money you have. So if you only have $100 you're wanting to invest in Tesla, you can buy a fractional share. Unfortunately, I don't think TD Ameritrade is doing that yet. This is a very interesting stock. I saw this earlier, and then I noticed when I got that weird phone call that Daniel B had actually messaged me about this. There's not a lot of volume on it, but I do like the slow climb it's doing. No, you don't want to buy options. If you no. Like, if you don't know what you're doing with options, you absolutely don't want to buy anything with options. Because options are very, very risky. Very risky. Daniel B, what's your thoughts on this stock? Because I like how it's slowly climbing. You kind of got like a big bull flag, it almost looks like here. This is interesting. It just hadn't had a lot of volume yet. I don't know, Russ, how long you been gone for? It's been a little bit transpire in the past little while. No, if you wanna invest in Tesla and you don't have enough money to buy one share, just like find a platform or broker that will let you buy fractional shares. TTPH, let's take a look at it. So I'm gonna throw stem up here real quick, but TTPH, there's not a lot of volume on it. There's no PR. Some PR yesterday. I do like the way it's moving up though on the daily chart. See, it looks like somebody offered to buy TTPH yesterday. Alright, I'm gonna dispel this right now. There's no must buy stocks. There's not stocks that you must buy. Okay? There's just not. There's nothing that you want to absolutely buy. I can guarantee I can look at WMGI. Yeah, this is barcodey. Okay, this is a barcode. This is something you don't want to touch. Yeah, no. I wouldn't want to touch this. There's no volume in it. This is very barcodey, very low volume stock. When there's low volume, I recorded a video yesterday. I'm gonna put out today, hopefully, where I talk about things to stay away from when looking at stocks, and this is one of them. This is the barcode. I say it every day in chat. Somebody comes in and says check out a stock, and it looks like a barcode. I'm not looking at it. And the reason being is because you need liquid stocks. If they look like barcodes, that means they're very low volume, they're very illiquid. You're going to have a hard time selling your position or even buying into your position. Because if there's nobody there to buy the stock, when you go to sell it, your sell order's not going to do anything. It's just going to sit there and you're stuck in this stock. So it's not something you want to mess with. Let's see, stem's actually popping up out of this. I may go on stem here. It's popping out of this flag right now. It's not getting a lot of volume, still low volume out of this flag, but it's interesting. It's got some volume. It's getting buyers in at 230. Yeah, I'm gonna go on here. I'm gonna go with just 100 shares. Let's see if buying volume starts coming in. Since it's starting to pop out of this flag. Actually, some buyers are starting to pop in a little bit here. Ooh, a big buyer just came in on 230. Just saw a lot of buyers starting to come in at 230 as 230 is trying to act like some support. Let's see, what's the float on this? This is a pretty low float too. It's starting to crack a little bit. Or look a little, I mean, not really a crack though. 221. So I'm gonna let this do its thing for a minute. Let's see, 221. 218 is right there. So I'm gonna put a stop loss in at 217 and just let this thing, just let it do its thing. See if it does start moving. It's got resistance at 245 and then 255. I found something. Are you talking about stem? I don't know if I found something or not. I just like that it had this flag and it's been slowly climbing up. And then buyers were starting to come in at that 230 area. There's not been a lot of selling on the stock. A little bit of selling volume there, a little bit of indecision, a little selling volume there, a little buying volume, a little indecision, and then now we've got 3 green buying volume bars of volume starting to slowly ramp up. So then you see that candle opened up above the little flag there. So it doesn't have a ton of volume, but it has some volume. And I just like the look that it looks like buyers have control of this. There's just not a lot of buyers yet. Because this is pretty low float too. It's only 18 million shares according to Thinkorswim. And nothing else is actually really going on because Plug's going sideways. FFHL is still selling off. BRN is under the trend line selling off. So if volume was to move to something else. All right, welcome, Josh Ellison. Well, welcome. I've heard a lot about New Zealand. I'm interested in checking New Zealand out one day. Although I have a hard time with planes, so I might have to go on boat because that would be a long plane ride from the U.S. to New Zealand. And see some more buyers coming in. I mean, there's a decent amount of buyers that keep coming in at this 230 area trying to hold it up. Hmm. If you want free stocks, Hasib, if you want free stocks, go sign up for Webull. Go to my day trading versus long term investing video, and the link for Webull's in there. If you sign up for Webull and deposit your money in there, they'll give you a free stock. They'll give me a free stock too, but you'll get one too. You might actually get 2 or 3. I don't know what the special is right now. I don't keep up with Webull that much. We are still getting some upward movement on this. It's now popped up to 235. It's just slowly creeping. It's a slow creeper, and I like a slow creeper. When a slow creeper comes in, you just keep getting slow movement up. Without a ton of selling. You see it's moving on up here. Got some selling at 238. Some buyers are coming in on the time and sells at 238. See if these sellers slowly get taken out here. And they did. Now we got selling at 240. Big seller at 242. Big seller there. This is starting to get a little action. If it can break through at 242, if we can get enough buying volume for that. A little bit of selling. A little resistance at 240, but we're almost trying to hold above that now. So that 242 is holding back a little bit, so it needs a little bit more buying to come in to push through that. Which means they're probably still, well, there may not be too much selling at 245. Some more buying coming in at 240 again. XRF. Yeah, XRF did get a nice rip, getting halted here. It's a little too late though. See, this was doing kind of the same thing that STEM was doing, where it's slowly climbing up. This is moving a little bit more at an angle. But yeah, that's a nice move so far. No PR on XRF, but there's no PR on STEM either. It's just interesting, this buying that's coming in. Who is what? What do you mean, Adam? What do you mean, who is that? I'm gonna put XRF on my watch list just to keep an eye on it, see what it does out of the halt. Oh, this is STIM. It has no PR. It does have a little bit of volume on it, and that's why I was looking at. I got in at the break of this little flag here, but it's just slowly had buyers just slowly pushing it up all morning. So because a lot of the other stuff I was looking at stopped moving, like BRN kind of sold off. FF plug is still going sideways. It could still break out, but the longer it goes sideways like this, the harder it's going to be to break out. I mean, right now it still looks fine, but it's just taking it a long time this time to move. And then FFHL, of course, sold off. So like I said, there's not a ton of volume in this. You see it's coming down a little bit now, but the slow buy-in, the creepy buy-in is what caught my attention on this. And it could be, this could be a slow climber all day too, if it continues to slowly push. And what I'm thinking, what I'm looking at here on the slow buy-in is I don't think this is retail traders. Retail traders have been on everywhere else. This looks like this type of slow buy-in looks like possibly maybe an institution or a professional trader trying to get this to move. And if it's an institutional or professional trader who's doing this, doing the slow buy-in and pushing it up, they usually get what they want. So that's why I kind of went in. I only went 100 shares. I didn't go too big. I didn't want to risk a lot on this because, like I said, there's no PR or anything. So. This thing is just slowly creeping. See XRF out of the halt, selling off. Looks like it may try to find support right here at $4, but I have to give it a few minutes to see if that $4 mark is going to hold up or not. But it's trying to find some support there. Let's see. Okay, PLUG is finally breaking up out of this sideways consolidation. It's kind of been slowly a slow climber too. Plug also has a very big float. This is a bigger company. This is not so much as a penny stock as a lot of these companies are. This is more of a somewhat legit company. Hence the kind of straight up growth it's had this year. See the max chart on this. Interesting. Selling off a little bit there. So XRF is still trying to hold that $4 up. The only problem with this is it doesn't have PR either. I don't know if it's getting pumped. I don't know if this is getting pumped by retail traders or professional traders. KTOV, let's see. Oops. KTOV has been on this uptrend. You kind of draw your trend line there, and it's bouncing off the trend line right now. See, STIM it cracked a little bit, but big seller sitting at 225 though. See, it's KTO. What is KT? Let me look back at KTOV for a minute. Let's see. Any PR? No PR today. They got FDA clearance yesterday. So it's not bad. But they still haven't even conducted the phase 1 and 2 clinical trials yet. So they got to conduct those trials. I mean, at this point right now, that PR really doesn't do anything because we have no idea whether or not that drug is actually going to be anything. Like, they could fail those trials and that be the end of it. So, but it does have some volume. I mean, I don't think you're going to get a huge move on this. I don't think you're going to get like a 60-cent move, but it's very possible it could get up to that 135 high a day. I could see that possibly happening. What do you mean beginner's luck? What are you referencing as beginner's luck? There is going to be some really tough resistance right here at this 125 area. Oh. Because it hit at 123 and then 125. Like this whole area right here is resistance. So that's why I'm saying I don't know if it's gonna, even if it does come up, I don't know how much it could actually run. There's just a lot of resistance ahead of it right there. No worries. There's nothing wrong with being new. So I'm going to take this flag off here. Okay. $224. This thing just may be slow all day. PL PLUG. See, PLUG, after all that sideways consolidation, it still didn't go that far. I don't know if it breaks $7 here though. It could start getting a little crazy. This is a nice slow build up to $7. I haven't been watching it close enough to see, but my guess is because looking at these two red candles, it looks like there must be some selling pressure trying to keep it from breaking $7, and the buyers keep slowly pushing it up closer and closer to that mark. Let's see here. Let's see if it can try to break 7. I want to see how many sellers are sitting at 7. Yeah, PLUG. Oh, if you're trying to day trade on your phone, you've got to get a desktop platform. Day trading on your phone is not a good thing. You're gonna have issues. Like, I know there's a lot of YouTubers who are traders out there who say they do it all from their phone and all that, but day trading requires the ability to look at these candles and the price movements and stuff. So looking at it on your phone, you're not going to be able to get a good of idea of what a stock is doing and stuff. There's a lot of reasons why you don't want to day trade on your phone. Webull has a desktop platform. Yeah, you can use Webull's desktop platform. There's nothing wrong with that. Do you already have oh, you're using it on Webull? Okay. Yeah, Webull's got a desktop platform. So if you got a laptop or a desktop, you can use your same Webull account from your phone on that desktop platform. See, there's some sellers sitting at $6.97. So there's a lot of selling pressure trying to keep this down below 7. See, buyers are starting to come in. They're starting to take out a lot of this selling. 698's got a lot of selling. I have a good feeling at $7 on the level 2, there's going to be probably hundreds of thousands of shares for sale. I think this might be pretty tough for this to get through 7. Speed Trader is really good, I think. I've never used it personally, but I've heard good things. But I think they charge commissions for their trades. So that's something you'll just have to take into account. Because when you're trading on Webull or TD Ameritrade, and yeah, we're getting a nice little healthy climb on this stock. If this could keep pushing up again after this little sell-off, it's just slowly moving in an upward direction as long as it keeps that up. Where we go, plug. ID. Okay. They're not diluting the stock, you say? Well, right now, here's the thing. It's still below this resistance line. This line was old support. Okay, it was support back here. It's below that. So at the moment,
It is trying to build up. It's making a little triangle. You can draw a line right here. It's making this little triangle. So if they're not diluting the stock, then maybe it could start moving again. But as of right now, there's nothing yet I'd want to do with it. Because if it doesn't break up over this triangle, it's just going to dump. It's going to dump, and it's going to dump hard, probably. So that's a little concerning to me. So that's where I would be. I'd wait to see if it breaks above that support line. Well, resistance line now. Because old support becomes new resistance, if you don't know. So if it breaks over that, and then it can hold above that, then I might look at it. But right now, it's still looking pretty rough. I mean, I wouldn't want to buy it. If it falls, if it starts cracking like that, I wouldn't want to buy it. Because this is, if you look back on the 5-day, this is the momentum it's had. It's been pushing up. So if it starts falling, it's no longer moving in an upward direction. If it cracks this triangle and falls down, now you're going downwards. You're pointing down, and it'll just keep dropping and probably won't do anything. That's what I was saying. The only reason I'd want to touch this is if it popped over this $3 area and held above it for a little while. See, stem is popping back up here a little bit. Just moving so slow. I don't even want to watch it. I'm just gonna look away. I'm just gonna keep looking at other stuff. I can see it out the corner of my eye. And it's actually starting to pop the 240 here. Let's see if it gets through 240. It got hung up at 242 last time, so let's see if it gets over that 242. And it is. So let's see. Oh no, that seller's still holding it down. Some buyers coming in there, just not enough yet to break through that 242 area. Oh, so that 242 is still holding up. So I'm just going to let it keep doing its thing for a little bit more. Hmm. 242 area is an issue on this. Let's see what else. XRF bouncing off the moving average. And still having a hard time taking out that 242. Plug is starting to curl over, so PLUG might have a sell-off soon. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to look at that. HEPA can come off. No reason to look at that. XRFF is still alright. BRN's See, what was it you were asking me about? Oh yeah. Was it IDX? Oh yeah, IDX. That's what you were asking me about. Let me look at it again here. Yeah, so see, it's starting to test this trend line a little hard right now. There is some buyers trying to hold it up here, but if like I said, if it doesn't hold up, if it can't break above this, and it's going to sell off. I mean, the next support area is 275. There's clear support straight across here at 275. You can see all these candles hit the support there, and then it bounced off of there this time. So if 275 doesn't hold up, it could crack even harder. And then you got 255 as support. There's some support below it, but at this point the support's pretty a pretty good ways away. So that's why like it's slowly climbing up to resistance. And if it can't break that, it'll drop down to the next support without a doubt. God, this 242 will not crack. So I gotta start thinking about making a decision here. If 240 doesn't break, I may just lock in this little bit of profit. Because it is struggling. This is twice it's struggled. It's making a little progress this time, but it's got to break soon. Oh, there it goes. Now it's starting to break. Now we're starting to move up a little bit. Very nice. Very nice. Still slowly climbing. And where do we come up to? Came up to... So 245 area is acting as a little resistance, but now we're starting to get buyers trying to come in there. So if it does push over 245, 255 is probably going to be pretty tough, because that is the pre-market high. I got about 270 after that. So let's see if we get through 250 here. There we go. All right, let's see what happens at 255. Let's see if we make a new high a day. Oh, there we go. A little pop up. Oh, there we go. Up to 260. Pushing over. Ooh, we're starting to move here. Very nice. Pushing over to 265. Pushing over 265. We're starting to get some buying volume coming in on this. Up to 270. See, breaking over 270. We're moving nicely. I'm going to lock out here, guys. Oops, maybe no, I'm not. Let's see. Lock out. There we go. So I'm out. So $41 on that, on a little trade. Made up for my $16 loss earlier. Gives me about $25 profit on the day. Not too bad. I'm already out. I made $41 profit. I missed the sell button. The first time I was trying to sell when 275 held up as some resistance, and I missed the sell button. But it's alright. I still got filled around like 271 on my sell order. But for a second there, I was like, oh God. I was afraid it was going to crash back down on me after hitting that 275. I was kind of nervous. I mean, this still could rip more. This is a nice move, but what I looked at, 275 was my profit target, because right across here, you can see, if you draw this line on the chart up here, right around that 275 area, you can see the 100-day moving average was right there. You got past chart history resistance back here as well, and some support where it held up as support. So, but it looks like it might keep trying to run here, because it did just break over. Let's see, did it just hit 278? But yeah, 275 was my price target, so that's all that matters. I don't care what it does at this point. If it breaks out and keeps running, good for it. If it doesn't, oh well. I got my little quick profit in there, so I buy and sell market orders. Every once in a while I'll use stop loss orders. Like I had a stop loss in below down here where I got in at. Like I'll use stop loss orders for that, but as far as getting out of a stock, normally I don't use limit orders. And that's just my personal preference, because they don't guarantee the fill. So if for some reason there's not a buyer to buy the shares I'm trying to sell at a price level, then I can miss that price level. Like I almost missed my hitting the sell button on here. I could have missed that, with a limit order as well. But like me pressing the sell button and missing it, I can easily hit sell again instead of having to take a sell order and fumble around with it trying to get it to where it needs to be. because as this was a slow moving stock, when it got to moving past that 242 area, it started moving pretty fast. So to try to be fumbling with limit orders and all that, to me, I just don't like to do it. It's market orders. I'm guaranteed in, I'm guaranteed out. The price might not be exactly what I want, but at least I'm guaranteed to be in and out of the stock. Try to make that as clear as possible. But that's my personal preference. You can use limit orders if you like. They're great for what they are. If you're like the big thing is if you want like 20 cents or something, like you want exact numbers of your entry and exit. So say you want to get in this at 230, you put your buy in at 230, you set your sell at 275, then you can get very accurate with the limit orders, but you can also run into issues. So that's why I said I don't like to use limit orders that much. I'll use them every once in a while, but not most of the time, especially because I try to trade momentum. See, PLUG is coming up to 7, so let's see if PLUG can break 7 now, because I think if it does break 7, it's going to start moving. I'm still trying to hold up, but Dumb. Nice, dumb. Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. That's why I do it. That's why I do this. That's why I do the live streams and everything. So people can learn. You can learn from my successes as well as my mistakes. All right, you guys got a double whammy today. I lost on BRN. Lost 16 bucks because I drew my trend line wrong in the beginning, and that cost me. So make sure your trend lines are as accurate as you can get them. And then you saw on STIM. Oh, and actually STIM actually ripped a little bit more up. Look at that. Very nice. And then on STIM, you saw, I kept saying I liked the slow movement of this stock, the way it was slowly pushing up. And there wasn't a lot of selling. So like looking at this volume bars down here, you can see there was very little selling and enough buying just to slowly keep it creeping up. And that price action, that price movement is what attracted me and made me want to get in this. Even though it doesn't have PR or anything like that. Because normally I like to trade PR, but there's some time when you just see something like this and the way that the movements are happening on the time and sells and level 2 and on the candles that just give you this nice little healthy little stock movement. Because it went up, slow curl up, down, slow curl up, down, and then nice rip up. So that's why I didn't really care about the PR. But nice move on that so far. So let's see if PLUG breaks $7. And then we'll give the stream about 10 minutes here to see if it breaks $7. And I'm going to call it a day. So if you guys have any questions, suggestions, or ideas, get those in, and then we'll go over them. Yeah, there is a lot of sellers sitting at 7 on PLUG. 7's going to be tough. There's going to need to be a lot of buying to break this over 7. But I think it can do it. It's taking it out slowly. Oh yeah, there it goes. Starting to break 7. Still struggling though. It took out all the sellers that were on the ask, but more sellers started coming in. If it can't break 7 here, it's probably going to sell off. It needs to break 7 and hold above 7 to show some strength there. Yeah, I have a cash account. I don't like margin accounts. especially for new traders, because if you don't know what a margin account is, it's basically the broker is loaning you their money on top of your money. And if you lose more money that's in your account because you use some of their margin money, then you're going to have to pay that back no matter whether or not you had it in your account or not. So I would rather be on a cash account. That way I'm trading my own cash. If I hit zero, I hit zero and I'm out of money. I'm not going in negative. So no, I can't short, but I personally I just don't like shorting. I don't like the idea of shorting. You can make a lot of money shorting, but you have to have a margin account, which I'm against the margin part. And then on top of that, there's one takeaway of shorting, okay? There's one thing that you have to understand if you're going to short stocks. And that is, very simply enough, if you buy this stock right now, let's say PLUG, you buy it right now, and it drops to zero, you lose, $7 a share or whatever. And it goes to zero, and that's it, okay? If you are shorting this, and you don't think $7 is going to hold up, so you buy in at $7, or you sell at $7, because that's what a short is. You're selling the broker shares. And this doesn't crack, and this instead goes up to $22, $25, $30, $50, $60, $70, $100. Like, if you don't get out, if for some reason your stop loss or whatever you're using as a shorter doesn't get filled, and you're in the stock and it just keeps ripping and ripping and ripping, you can lose way more than $7 a share. So going long, you can lose $7 a share on this stock. Going short, you can lose infinite. The number is infinite, right? Like, stocks can go to $1 trillion or more because there's no infinite ceiling. The odds of that happening is very low, and there's probably never been a stock that does that. But there is times where stocks do run from like $7 to $80 in a day. I've seen it happen before. So if you're risking, losing $7 to zero, that's $7. But if it goes up to $80, now you're risking, or you just lost $73 a share. That's a big difference. So shorting to me is very dangerous. So you have to be very careful. Adam, all you got to do is hit the subscribe button and be in the live streams every day, buddy. I'm not no guru or expert or anything like that, but I do what I do. I try to help everybody. That's why I don't sell any courses or anything like that. So, if you want to use me as a mentor, go ahead. You can you always ask questions in the live streams. There's a whole day trading playlist of lessons. There's a year worth of live streams that you can go through and watch, but yeah, I dumb it down because I'm dumb. So if I don't dumb it down, if I make things too complicated, I have an issue with overcomplicating things. So I try to dumb stuff down for myself. So if it helps you, then great. I'm glad it helps out. But that's what I'm saying. All you gotta do is just subscribe and just watch everything I put out. You can learn how not to trade and how to trade both at the same time by watching me. So that's another thing. That's why I'm using a small amount of money, is because, one, I have other things I'm trying to work on at the current moment, like real estate, and two, most new traders are not starting out with $10, $20, $30,000 accounts. They're only starting out with $500 or $1,000. So I'm just trying to give traders an idea, because if you got $500 you're going to trade in with, and you're watching Ross Cameron trading with 100,000 shares, you're going to have a hard time learning what he's doing when you're not going to be trading that big a position size. There's a total difference in trading when you're trading with that big of an account. People seems to not understand that. Y'all keep on with this expert stuff. Don't let him fool you. I am not an expert, guys. I suck. I'm terrible. I was on a very bad losing streak the last month or two, maybe even 3. I don't even know. I was losing so much I just got used to losing, so like I am not an expert. I'm just a regular guy, okay? I have some experience. I've been doing it for almost 6 years now. And I have experience. That's pretty much all I have. I don't have like some master guru status amongst traders and all that. Like that's not me. I'm just a guy. Just a regular guy trying to get rich like everybody else is, okay? So, but you can learn from regular guys just like you can learn from gurus, so. Give me just a second, guys. All right. So, first, I'll give you guys a couple more minutes for any more questions, but I'm pretty much done for the day. Oh, Stem is still moving, huh? Look at that, all the way up to $3. Nice. It's a nice run on this stock. Put volume. So you're saying put the volume over here? Is that what you mean by the price axis? Not that I'm aware of. I'm sure Thinkorswim probably has a way to do it because they are like these charts and everything are extremely customizable. But I don't know how to do it. If there is a way, I don't know. I don't know. That would be interesting if you could set it up that way. I'd be interested in taking a look at it, but I'm not sure how to do it. So if anybody knows how to do that, to put the volume over here with the prices, just leave it in the comments of this video or something so people can figure that out. But I really don't know. The only 2 ways that I know are on the bottom like this or actually on the chart. But it would be, if it's most likely, let's see, price access. See, I don't know what that, let's see. Look at that, stem breaking over 3. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Today, I made 41 on Stem and I lost 16 on BRN. So I've made $25. It's not much, but it's something. Yeah, do that. Contact Thinkorswim support and see if they can tell you how to do it. And if you find out how to do it, come back in the chat and let everybody know. So let's see what's going on. KTOV is still holding the trend line as of now. And then, why do I use EMA versus SMA? Very simply, it's a very simple answer to that. Because SMA stands for simple moving average. So it's simple. So it's less information. EMAs are exponential. So exponential means a lot. So you have a lot more information. So I would rather use the moving average that gives me a lot more information than the one that gives me a little bit of information. Make sense? Volume profile is an indicator. Let's see. Volume profile. So let's see. So showing 13-day. Draw as. Let's just see what this looks like. And maybe, ooh, that's not what I want. Yeah, maybe play around with these volume settings in here. But that's definitely not what I want to do. See what that does. Oh God, that's terrifying. That is terrifying. That hurts my eyes. Daniel B would be disgusted right now looking at that. Let's take get that off of there. Yeah, so you have to play around with it. EMA, yeah. Me personally, I like the EMA better. You know, I think a lot of swing traders use the simple, but when I'm day trading, I would rather have more information than less information. The more information you have, the better decisions you can make. So that's why I use the EMAs. And I don't even really use them for that much of anything other than looking at the daily chart and looking where they're going to be support and resistance at. Because here's the thing, and this is a perfect example of this. The 100-day on STEM, this yellow line right here, is at 271. So that held up as some resistance. But even though that held up as resistance, it still broke over 271 and ran up to 306. So while the moving averages, whether they're simple or EMAs, can give you some information, they're not set in stone as information. Like, that information can change. These moving averages, either way, are lagging indicators. So they're showing you information from the past. So just because it's information from the past doesn't always necessarily means that it's going to be set in stone. So they're more of a guideline, like, hey, there could be some resistance here, you know, at that 270 area. I sold out of this at 275 because I saw the moving average there, but then I also looked back on the chart and saw resistance right there as well. So I kind of use, you know, you got to kind of use it together. Like, you don't want to think as moving averages as the law, because here's the thing, guys. Indicators don't mean shit if you don't understand price action. You can trade with all the indicators you want, but if you cannot take the lines off of the chart and trade this without anything, then you are not going to be able to use these moving averages and all this effectively. You have to understand price action. Okay, once you understand price action, then incorporate all your indicators and stuff in. But honestly, they don't mean a thing. Okay, they're just like little guidelines that can help you if you understand price action. So Nice. Daniel B. You made a little profit on STEM. Nice. Now, support and resistance you do need. That I'm going to disagree with you on. You got greedy, Daniel B. Come on, man. Come on. I mean, even trading Forex, you still kind of need to know support and resistance, because if you don't know where support and resistance is, where are you buying in at and where are you selling at? Like, support and resistance is not really indicators. That's like more of like areas of interest. I mean, okay, $60 without support and resistance. I mean, you can get lucky without it, but I mean, if you're just, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what your strategy is. Divergence and stochastics. I mean, if it's working for you and you don't need to use support and resistance, then more power to you. I don't trade Forex, so I can't really give you a good idea on that, but I would assume support and resistance would still be pretty important in Forex, because it's, price levels are price levels. Support and resistance, even in real estate, there's support and resistance. If you sit there and put housing prices in a neighborhood on a chart, and you see the houses, when last time that property values dropped, they've held up at a certain price point multiple times, then that support, the same things with stocks. So, I mean, across all investing, there's going to be price levels of interest points. So I just can't see how there would not be a reason to have support and resistance on Forex, but maybe there's not. Like I said, I don't have enough whatever you call it, enough experience with Forex to be able to say that for sure, but in my experience, most investing, I mean, support and resistance is just a word for interest of price points. So all right, guys, I am done for the day. Appreciate everybody joining me. We will be back tomorrow. Yeah, no problem, guys. Yeah, good job to everybody who made some profits today. Daniel B, don't beat yourself up about being greedy and stupid. You know what's you know the deal, buddy. You'll be all right. So yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Until next time.